What's up guys, this is Coach Donnie from Elevate Yourself, where we change lives through volleyball, training, and inspirational content. Welcome to my volleyball coach reaction to Haikyuu Season 1, Episode 3, Round 2. I gave the English dub a fair shot watching episodes 1 and 2, just like I promised. Unfortunately, I could not find any English dub versions with subtitles, so I went to YouTube and asked the fans to see what they would like me to do next, whether to continue watching the English dub with no subtitles or to go back to the original Japanese with subtitles. And the fans have spoken, so we will go back to the original Japanese with subtitles. Thanks to everyone who participated in the survey. I definitely do miss the original Japanese actors, and I already grew fond of those personalities, so I'm excited to hear their voices again. Now let's get this Haikyuu party started. I might be sipping some coffee throughout the episode because it is 4 a.m. right now, and I'm about to fly out to Hawaii with my wife to celebrate our wedding anniversary. And this was the only way I could get an episode out this week. I love those squeaky shoe sounds. Always hungry to spike and jump. It's been so long since I've seen what an angry Daichi looks like, and I just wanted to see what the difference is in his face, because all through season 3 and 4, I think Daichi has only become more nurturing, more fatherly, and an even greater leader. One thing that's really great about this illustration, or it's actually an animation that I froze frame, but how do you communicate anger specific to somebody's personality? We've all seen Kageyama with a scowl, like very intense downward eyebrows. We've seen Hinata with just this wild facial expression, big mouth, big hair, fist pumping in the air, and an angry Daichi, still very calm, but just like a stern father. Kind of reminds me of my dad. He didn't yell a lot, but when he was angry, his eye would just get really, really intense. And you could see kind of the internal wrinkles here under the eyelids, and how his eyelids kind of halfway down, kind of like a zombie. But this is an intimidating look. They've already tasted it. Yeah, maybe Tanaka's more scared. Oh, but the mom will never scold. Obviously weird yesterday. I remember when I first watched the anime from season 1 the first time around, you guys made so many references of how Suga is more like the mom and Daichi is more like the dad. And I just definitely appreciate that relationship even more. And I feel like that relationship was more apparent earlier in the anime, where we get to see things where the mom has a better read on when the kids are trying to be, or I should say kids are trying to be sneaky, and immediately Daichi is the one that is the disciplinarian. And Suga gets to join the secret training. Okay, as you can see, I've been decorating my office, and there's a bunch of things. We got Bruce Lee, we got Jeremy Lin, we got volleyballs and shoes, we got a drawing of my cat, we even got the Tall Ones jersey down there. I've also purchased some brand new Dragon Ball Z posters I'm going to put somewhere on the right, and I was thinking of getting a Haikyuu poster. I really like this free shot here from the intro from season 1, but if there's an even cooler image of a poster that you think I should get, let me know in the comments. But I just want my office to just be like a full expression of things that inspire me. Some people might think it's cluttered, but honestly, this is how my brain works. It's kind of all over the place as well, but definitely high energy. If we only knew how important that line shot was from Tanaka later in season 4. Ooh, okay. This is something I did not notice, and I think it's taken me a while to really appreciate the animation quality, but specifically with Kageyama's hair, we have to appreciate that he has short hair, right? So when he's moving, it's very easy to just assume that because he has short hair and he's moving kind of like mine, well, I mean, his hair is a little bit longer than mine, but still not that much longer. It's easy just to keep the same shape of the hair as he's moving. But even in this small instance where Kageyama's turning, you see that delayed movement that we talked about in the earlier episodes, where when you move quickly, the way you communicate some of that organic movement is you delay some of the other aspects, whether it's the hair, the sweat coming off, or the shirt. So here you see him turning, and then also the hair is delayed and turning after his head is fully turned. Yeah, that was cool. There's that scowl from Kageyama. That never gets old. But he does appreciate how important passing is. You know what's really cool is that you see the evolution of their relationship too, how in the beginning, even in the first match, he was not going to go to Hinata, all Tanaka. But towards the middle, he was his go-to guy. There we go with that turning animation, the flailing of the hair. Erase all the evidence. This image is so well detailed. Not only do we got the drool coming from Tanaka as he's falling asleep sitting upright, but I never noticed the details on his desk. We got an open bowl of instant ramen noodles, and then inside his little lunch tray or snack tray, there's bits of rice. And if we zoom in on the ramen bowl, you even see the lines for the nutrition label. Incredible detail. I'm so glad I get to notice these things. Oh, was that student gonna draw on him? Ooh, this is classic Japanese passing technique. Shoulder slump forward, platform kind of downward in a low squat position. So they have a little bit more of an upright torso with shoulders forward. I would say kind of a European style passing is more torso forward, but platform kind of more almost starting parallel to the ground. Maybe because Europeans are generally a little bit taller, and because the Japanese players are a little bit shorter, they've developed a technique of kind of being more upright because they have more time to get under the ball. But just goes to show that there's many ways to do something correct or to get a good result. Nah, Hinata. Oh. This is before Suga got replaced by Kageyama. Definitely makes you appreciate. Oh man, you know I love this hair animation. Okay, let me know if you guys are tired of me talking about all this beautiful hair animation, but man, that first time watching around, I know I've said this before, but focusing so much on the subtitles, I can kind of look away just because I already know the story, but I really get to enjoy the artwork here. And another great element of storytelling to communicate atmosphere, and I think anime does this especially well. As he's talking and the body's still, mid-sentence, like the hair is still and then the hair starts to flow. And how real is that? As you're talking, there's just a breeze blowing by, and then there's some calmness, and then a breeze blowing by there. So here he's talking, and then the hair just ruffles in different directions, just like a gentle breeze swirling. I'm doing a nice little review of Hinata's volleyball journey and progress. And there we go again with the hair rustling. from the wind. Man, even Suga got a little bit from his collar and his hair. So funny because we're enjoying this like sentimental journey. And he's like, oh, I wonder what kind of set I get. And then it's like, Kageyama's like, you're lousy as shit. Just intercepting that whole positive, nostalgic moment. So Kageyama. And then as we learn later, oh, Hinata just wants someone to set him and believe in him. Oh, we get to see a deeper version of Hinata's competitiveness. It's not just about getting a set from Kageyama. It's about earning it from the best setter. This is such a cool image, and I just noticed that Suga and Hinata are outlined in a thick black line, and then we have the scary robotic demon version of Kageyama. And you might be wondering, why do they have a black outline? Actually, you probably are not wondering, but this is something that I wonder. But another great technique is to create some separation between the Hinata who's talking and then also the background Hinata of the story that's being told. And so a thick, bold outline helps things come forward, and you see how Suga and Hinata look like they're in front of the screen. And also you decrease the value or the lighting of the figures in the back to make it look like it's going back in space. So a great storytelling technique of depth here, or at least visual depth. I remember this moment when Kageyama was getting his first little drink, listening in. And Kageyama first gets his moment, like a morsel of respect for Hinata, knowing that he's working hard too. What a good listener. Suga is repeating and paraphrasing what Hinata is saying. But he doesn't want to admit that Kageyama is number one. That's why this episode is called the Formidable Ally. I don't think you're essential to winning. I remember I was so confused at the title of this episode, but I understand so much better now after listening to Hinata's story and journey again. Good opportunity to practice my Japanese. That's so cute that he's trying to get warmed up from the outside. That is such a cool scene where he gets to see Kageyama upside down looking through his legs. Oh, Kageyama inviting him to practice because he knows that Hinata is not afraid to put in extra work. Oh, the first appearance of Tsukki. If you've been enjoying my Haikyuu reaction videos, please consider supporting the channel by joining our Patreon, where you receive early access to all my Haikyuu videos and other exclusive content. Get yourself some Elevate apparel, where we just restocked our Elevate tank tops for the summer. You can also drop a super thanks in the comments below, where all that money goes directly back into improving the video quality, and it helps me grow as a content creator. Or you could just share this video with your friends. My job as a content creator would not be possible without fans like you, so thanks so much for watching my videos and all of your support. The music. Dun, dun, dun. Man, I really do miss these scenes here. Is that the same exact serve? Just different reaction. Oh, Tanaka with the shirt. Still got to do that in video. I don't know if I could do it in game. I think people would be very offended by that. Even Suga feels like he's in trouble. You know what's so cool? Looking back and learning so much about Tsukki, I like that the animator is so secretive about introducing Tsukki. And right from the beginning, you get the sense that this guy is just a little too cool. He's got a little loose of a shirt. He's tall and slender, and he's got his headphones. He's just a cool looking guy. And then right next to him, you see Yamaguchi, sorry. And Yamaguchi's kind of more upright, kind of like an attention soldier. So Tsukki's more relaxed because he's got his hands in his pockets, and then Yamaguchi's hands on the sides, almost immediately knowing that he's the one following Tsukki. You can see the height difference between their shoulders. Man, great storytelling. I remember, before I knew Inoshita, I thought that was Daichi. That is hard. That would be very frustrating to train with somebody that's constantly like yelling at you for every negative thing. I feel like Kageyama is more like a traditional Asian dad than Daichi. I remember thinking Hinata was like a monkey climbing the tree, and thinking it was hilarious that Kageyama was poking it with a stick. But this is where we get to see the too cool for school guy. Wind of a fast wind. Oi. I remember thinking that was a cool image, just holding the ball like that. But you get to see how big Kageyama's hand is to be able to palm the ball. Sakoi! I think Tanaka is a classic enforcer, just someone that is more suspicious of people because he cares about the team that he's playing for. And we get to start to see some of Kageyama's backstory. And some of the most secret conversations and most emotional parts happen in the equipment closet. So the equipment closet has a special place here. Because I remember that's when Hinata had his breakthrough moment of the ball boy. Oh, first time where Hinata says one more time, although I thought it was Moipo. Oh, we get that intense bass. T-shirts. I don't know. I still don't know why Tsukki is still so cheeky from the beginning. All Kageyama cares about is, are you good at volleyball? How tall are you? Are you going to help me win? And Tsukki right away is trying to get under people's skin. Oh, maybe Tsukki knows that they're going to play 3-on-3 against each other. Man, I remember, look how far Tsukki has come from this too cool for school, I don't care, to wanting to shut down the best hitter in the league. When I first watched this, it still didn't click in my head as to why Kageyama was so irritated at being called the king. It's so ironic that something so obvious where Kageyama gets so angry at his hitters and his teammates for not being as good as he wants them to be, and yet Kageyama can't connect the two dots as to why people call him that, and maybe as a sign that maybe he should improve those aspects. But according to Suga, he did mellow out a little bit, but apparently it's still not that much. Hinata's always sneaking around people like a little creature. Maybe that was the tournament where, okay, it was a tournament where nobody was there. Tsuki's like, I did my job, I got under his skin. Wow. Okay, you want to talk about delayed motion. When Kageyama releases Tsuki's collar, look at how the clothes are falling and then how the headphones kind of settle and rustle. Because headphones are made of like different materials that are all flexible. But I just noticed that, and that just, man, you could just go out and grab those headphones. Like you can feel Tsuki's shirt kind of flips up, and then the collar and the coat and the headphones kind of settle in place. Settling, having objects settle is also another sign of a really great animator. Like how the order of how objects become still. Wait, let's see what he said in that last one. I guess the king isn't what he's cracked up to be. Man, even as Kageyama's walking away, and the fact that Hinata was turning that way. Oh. Okay, at first I thought he was defending Kageyama, but maybe Hinata is like, dude, what about me? Come on, bring out the chopping hands, Hinata. And then Tsukki, of course, is going to say, hey, we're not getting that serious, even though I am poking you. Yamguchi. Can't wait to see what Yamguchi's development is through season 5. Don't spoil it, please. But I would say one of my favorite journeys. Yeah. Hinata wanting to train and Kageyama still obliging him. Guys that are intense for no reason get on my nerves. If we only knew how intense Tsukki got later in season 3 and 4. That king. That shrimp. Okay, this is what's wrong with Hinata's technique. One, his eyes are closed, but you see how his torso is too upright. You still want to lean a little more forward with your shoulders, and when you're digging, you want to go, you see how my head's going down and my platform's going up. Right now he's kind of falling away, and you don't want to pass by hinging at your hips too much. You want to think about hinging at your shoulders versus leaning back. Kind of like attacking the ball. Man, if I was an upperclassman and I saw underclassmen doing this, there we go. I would, and I saw underclassmen doing this, I'd be super excited. Ooh, Kageyama apologized. Everything is so Hinata can get Kageyama to actually set him. By the way, for those who are watching, if you guys can remind me when there's some extra bonus footage at the end or when there are OVA episodes, you guys know when. Maybe if the episode beforehand, because I can easily forget. Look at Suga's facial expression. I don't know whether he's just in shock of how much energy Hinata has, or whether he is blown away at Hinata's lack of skill. I really enjoyed this scene because everything was uphill. You really got to see Hinata's just intense commitment. And just the analogy of how everything is an uphill battle for Hinata. That nothing came easy for him. In the rain, still riding his bike. That means... Oh, and Suga's still giving him some instruction. Okay, yeah, angle your platform. Hold your platform higher. Kageyama drinking his soy milk. Watching the progress. I turned the music louder, want to enjoy the music second time around. Hopefully it doesn't trigger the copyright block. Drums are going crazy right now as we're peaking at Hinata's mountain moment. But one thing I thought was really beautiful about this scene was we get to see Hinata's back of the head, but if you look at the edge of the strands, they're glowing with yellow lines, even around the edge of his body. But of course, really a great way to show the glowing effect from the sun. But I gotta admit, it does remind me of when someone is about to turn Super Saiyan. Oh, I wish they would have put a little more yellow outline even in that one too, just to kind of complete that. Alright, he actually got the ball up. And some beautiful backspin. Oh, he got it up again. So we actually have great technique demonstrated by Hinata. When you're playing defense, you want your feet to be wider than shoulder width. And this is why hip mobility is really important. You have to internally rotate one knee while you externally rotate the other knee to get into this position. And remember how we talked about you gotta keep your shoulders shrugged forward? Before, when they were practicing in the evening outdoors, Hinata was kind of going away from the ball. Here he's attacking it. Much better technique here. I don't know why he's so happy about being tardy. Oh, he's fantasizing about Shimizu. Damn, all these one-handed digs, that's exactly how you want to dig it. Hey, they just replayed that animation. I wonder if anybody else noticed. Remember, we just paused it on that sequence. You reached the limit. That is true. Ball has not hit the floor yet. We get to see Hinata's full athleticism on display. But more importantly, it's just his desire not to give up. And Suga's just seeing this whole thing unfold in front of his eyes, this gift. He has a different weapon other than a gifted physique. This is Kageyama thinking, or superior athleticism. So even Kageyama notices something special in him from the beginning. Yeah, you guys see that Kageyama's hair moving? Look at that, as he's thinking. Almost like the wind from Hinata's sprint made his hair wave. And we slowly see Kageyama's mind being changed by Hinata's incredible determination. Is he gonna set him even though... Oh, maybe that Hinata finally earned a set from him. Oh, he's probably setting up. Kageyama, Hinata has to go all the way from the baseline. I remember this moment. That was cute. Look at that, from tired to this happy puppy like he just got a biscuit from his dog owner. That was super cute. Finally gets the spike. And this calmness. This is a special one. I finally get to enjoy the emotional aspect of this scene. Sparkling face. He's coughing. He's so intensely breathing because that was an intense move. Wow, that's Kageyama's way of saying, I believe in your ability. You're not just some clumsy kid. What's interesting in this dialogue is that Kageyama says, hey, we're gonna win tomorrow, and then Hinata's kind of taken aback, and I didn't realize that Hinata was not saying anything, he's just thinking it, but Kageyama, I think he's able to read Hinata's thoughts on like this mutual connection. And maybe this is Kageyama's first time meeting somebody that has that same competitive drive and desire to win. So there's kind of that awkward moment where Kageyama doesn't want to know what to do when he meets someone similar to him. So he kind of like, ugh. That's a good way to end the scene, with Hinata vomiting. I like their tracksuits. We get to see the first official race. Any chance to compete is a good chance to win. Winning is a habit. We'll talk about that after this one. Now Hinata has confidence that, okay, he's finally gonna set me. Even though he said he wasn't, but he did it during the practice yesterday. Ohio. I can't wait to see them play against each other. I forgot what happens as a result of the match and how that unfolds after all this drama. Here are my immediate thoughts from episode 3. I know I've said this multiple times, but it really has been very nice to watch it a second time, know what's going to happen in the story, already know the characters, knowing where they're going to be in a couple seasons, and then just appreciating their growth and their journey that much more. I didn't think episode 3 was that special when I first watched it, probably a year and a half ago, but just the whole concept of how a formidable opponent became the formidable ally, and how Hinata was working so hard to earn that toss from Kageyama, knowing that Kageyama is the king and has such high standards. And I think that's what's so important as a teammate. Don't be afraid to have high standards for your team. It doesn't mean that you have to yell at them and be negative and be so critical like Kageyama, but we can definitely learn something from Kageyama, that he's not afraid to hold the people around him to a high standard. And he does calm down a little bit after he gains some mutual respect from Hinata in the form of finally setting him. And notice after Kageyama set Hinata, he didn't say anything negative. Sometimes when you don't say something negative, that's the same thing as a compliment from people like Kageyama. I'm really excited to watch this match because I'm already getting irritated from the earlier version of Tsukki, and to compare how far he's come and to see where he started is one of the arcs that I'm really going to enjoy the second time around. I remember when I first met Tsukki, the funny thing is I felt like he was getting under my skin, and I was a little confused when a lot of the people in the comments were actually fans of Tsukki, but it's because you guys already understood his backstory and his personality and appreciated him for who he was. And now I can say the same, but I gotta say, I'm still rooting for Kageyama and Hinata to destroy them in this match. We're gonna take a 1 week break from the Haikyuu reaction videos because as you can see, we're in a beautiful Hawaii celebrating my 7-year wedding anniversary. That's my wife over there. So enjoy this time off, catch up on all the other Haikyuu reaction videos. I'm officially married now. I think that's what it means to put on my left side.
6 years, buddy.
This is our 7th year anniversary?
6, I think.
6? Okay. I'll try to include some other video of Hawaii because this is just a beautiful place. Thank you to all the Hawaii fans who have said hi. I've met a good number of fans here, and it's just a good time to rest. Whoops. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Make sure you check out all my other reaction videos in this playlist right here, and I know you're gonna like this video right here.